These two teams, one on the World Tour, kind of a goal.
Easy would actually prefer that. 27.
You're definitely going to see that kind of play style coming out from AP Brand.
Right now, looking at the draft index, looks like in terms of the late game potential, both teams are quite equal. But when it comes to early to mid game potential, it is Pharaonic. So having this Dairoff in the jungle, it is going to be pretty strong going up against the Fredrin. However, looking at a combination here, Wolf, the Fredrin, the Matilda, the Novaria, as well as the Thomas, if the Thomas joins during the turtle fight, I'm not entirely confident that Onyx can really secure things, even though they have the early to mid game potential.
I guess because of the fact that they are Onyx, you know, maybe they can secure it. But no, technically speaking, there's a definite approach here for the side of Onyx, the way that they will set up their box. It will be the Turtles first. Tanking all of the damage, Badu Smith gonna be there, so the levels as well as the EXP is important for Boots. Then you have the Tigreal coming up from Keyboy for the surprise plays. You would not see Kyrie as well as Sans leading the charge because of the two big boys from Onyx that might be their setup for the box.
And with that box, that's the big, I feel, issue for both these teams, right? They want to try to set it up, but the other wants to try to make it as chaotic as possible. They want to try to attack from different angles, and I think with AP Brent's comp, that might be what they're looking for here.
Yes.
Attacking from different angles, using that Matilda to create havoc in these team fights.
Yep.
And Thama should be doing the same thing, right? If he got the Vengeance here, it'll be really, really hard for the Claude or anyone to even deal with it.
Let me misuse my power at the moment.
Misuse?
Yes, because right now, while the players are on stage, I want the players to hear the crowd cheer. If you're with Onyx, chant Onyx. If you're with AP Brand, chant AP Brand. And Mirko, I know you're with Onyx, so let me hear all the Sonics. Onyx! Oh, we're in the game!
We're in!
Let me hear AP Brand! And with that, let's jump into the game.
We're in, all right. Onyx versus AP Bren in the early stage. Already 1 minute has elapsed. And what does it look like so far? Maybe we can take it slow with the emblems first here, Wolf.
Yeah, we haven't seen them actually right now. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at towards that later on. I'm actually surprised that Brave Smite is Kyle Tzi's choice, because I think that in the Philippines, we're the kind of region that likes the Quantum Charge actually on that particular hero. And Flap Tz going in for Impure Rage. Now, one thing that we do know about the Brody is it's a great laner. Like 1v1 almost wins almost all of the matchups.
And right now looking at Kyrie already setting up for the Turtle. Keyboy absorbing quite a lot of damage coming in from Few as well as Ogwen. Not going to be having priority going into the Turtle fight.
Kyrie's holding it, resets it. Sans and Boots rotating over. Both teams looking to go and contest for the first turtle of the game. Flap Tz already regaining that prio in the bottom side of the map. But both teams are still hovering over.
Yeah, right now again, AP Brand, they do have the Astral Echo to find the opposing side, but Boost goes in!
3-man penalty zone off the Sans' damage coming down, and that's going to be Keyboy who shoves them back. Kyrie winning the Red Street battle with the implosion coming down as well. Now it's going to be View. Very low first blood picked up by Sans, but a good appraiser's path turns it around. Now Boots all alone. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Make it 2-for-2 for the Turtle, but if Boots gets taken down here, Onyx will lose out in the first fight of the game. Flap Tz.
Congratulations, Onyx got the Turtle, but they have to pay with 3 members. It's not even worth it, Wolf.
Not at all. At the first turtle fight, you don't want to get that turtle in exchange for 3 heroes. That's the AP Brand. But a wonderful placement coming out from Flap Tz, just keeping his stabs up to Kyrie. Kyrie was way slow because of the control coming out from Flap. He still was able to get the turtle, which is amazing, but the succeeding fight, because they were poked down so much, they didn't have any staying power anymore.
This is why I was wondering, is it good for Onyx to fight around the Turtle? Because the poke coming in from AP Brand, as well as the heavy damage that they can put out. Kyle Tz wants Keyboy.
The CC, right? It's phenomenal. Kyrie jumping in, Sans is there as well with the help of CW. That's a 3-man circling eagle knockup. CW forced to use the defensive battle mirror image back to his own turret. Turn apart memory also used up there. A good shot off the CW under his tier 1. Ogwen's looking for a dive angle. Jumps in with the guiding wind. Super Marco looking for the stun. Battle mirror image out. Super Marco gets 1 hit on the turret gold and backs away.
Great for CW for sure, as he's able to stand his ground. But overall, this is really good for AP Brand because now they are overtaking the jungle. Kautis and Ogwin, and the coverage that they have because of the guiding wind and the sustain that they have with few from long distance. Woo!
Even in the Praesor's wrath, just to keep Keyboy at bay. They know how big the playmaking is. Boom.
Dude, the impact is so huge. The entire map lights up. And speaking of the entire map, it looks like what AP Brand is trying to do is try to cover 51% of the map. They're making sure Onyx stays honest. Onyx stays in their path.
I love the crowd, man. I really do. They're cheering for the screen going back to normal Onyx. Some good damage on Ogwin. Astral Echo connecting onto all four. Flapteezy holding onto the turtle. That's a good Astral Spear onto the back. Boots gonna be zoned away for now. Calteezy jumping in, getting a taunt, knocking Boots up. Flapteezy doing the same thing. Now with the Infernum and the circling Eagle. Boots with a flicker backwards. That might just be a kill. DPZ to fall back. Dude! Gets a snipe from downtown. That is Keyboy who's forced back, and now the entire Onyx have to pull back.
Massive pokes coming out from AP Brand. The positioning, Ogwin was so instrumental in that, as well as Flapteezy. This surprise pick with this Matilda and this Tams can make it difficult for Onyx to get some territories, get some ground, and few being on point with the spear.
The way that I see it, AP Brand wants to tell the Sky Kings, stay down, stay grounded. We're not going to allow you to fly. But looking at the pacing here, I got to ask you, Wolf, is this enough? Because Onyx, it looks like they're fine moving in this pace.
Oh, definitely. This is what they need to be doing. And the thing is, they're not really like stumbling, or they're not giving anything for Onyx Esports again to kind of move on. And I think this is the way that they're handling the left side of the map with the Brody, the top lane, gives them so much ground to work with and so much control at the early stages of the game.
And with a 3,000 gold lead, they're really dictating the pace. They're already rotating up top. They know where the battle mirror image is going to be placed down. CW, no turret there, but he backs up to the battle mirror image. And now Onyx are looking for a counterattack, but it is going to be fumbled instantly. AP Brent spot them, and they know exactly what they were planning.
Right now, I got to ask Wolf, what is Onyx able to lose out? In terms of trading, they're losing turrets. How many turrets can they afford to lose?
Well, they do have good late game. I think they're going to be happy just keeping all of their outer turrets before the first Lord. Again, that's already a good sign for Onyx. Because right now, I mean, if the first Lord goes in favor of AP Brand and they don't have their turrets anymore, that's going to be a very bad problem. But I think, just to answer your question, that's the most that they can have.
All right, looking like Onyx, they got to keep that in mind. Onyx got to keep that in mind, man. If they want to make sure that they are still breathing into the game, they got to make sure when the Lord happens, the outer turrets are safe. Looking at the mid, very healthy. Looking at the EXP lane, looks like it's generally quite okay as well.
Yeah. And now looking at the turtle, it's in favor of AP Bren, with 3 members of Onyx getting spotted out. Boots walking up now. Flapteezy dealing some damage on a Keyboy, poking him down with an Astral Spear, connecting onto the back line as well. Circling Eagle, knocking Kyrie up, zoning them away from the turtle, and Boots is forced to run away. Flapteezy just wreaking havoc as Calteezy picks up the turtle. Once again, 3 turtles to AP Brent. No contest from Onyx.
We got to talk about Flapteezy here. He's really pushing everyone from Onyx away. How's he doing this?
No, this is the strength of the Thames with the Impure Rage and the threat of the Vengeance. Then there's always that Ogwin factor where no matter what happens, he's going to be safe. That's why the 2 of them just go together, and there's nothing that Onyx can do. The early game tempo from the side of AP Brand was dictated by this Thames as well as this Matilda.
Well, good news for Onyx fans because EW is still deathless. Sans is able to protect himself with the ult coming in from Matilda. So far, a pretty slow-paced game. It looks like Onyx, again, this is the kind of pacing that they are forced to go into. But Kyrie, now, again, the question to Wolf, can Kyrie farm up enough that he can cause trouble for AP Brand?
It's not just about himself. I mean, the answer is yes, but
Kyrie still secures it.
Kyrie still secures it. The answer is yes, but he really needs to find his teammates. I think, you know, when you look at the Dairoth, you would think that this is a singular hero or an individual kind of hero, but it's not. It's a combo-based hero. You need someone else with physical damage to combo with you so that you're able to just make full advantage of the passive as well as the kit that Dairoth has. So I guess for Kyrie, yeah, surely you can farm up, but you need to utilize your teammates as well.
Exactly, right? It's not a solo hero here, especially I feel like the way that Kyrie's building towards, it's more of that utility build. Anti-Cuira's first item, only a Fury Hammer to help him deal some damage and a little bit of penetration. So this pick is really reliant on everyone else dealing damage. He's a utility jungler.
Help me understand this, Wolf. Why is Keyboy positioning the way that he is positioning now?
It makes me wonder. He doesn't have any teammates. I think he just wants to make sure that the purple buff will be at least watched. And there's really nothing that they can do right now aside from farming. He's spending his time here so that he's going to be able to land a wonderful implosion once they see the other members.
It looks like they're setting up on the board here. Sans
Flickering out. Astral Echo thrown out as well by Sans in panic. And I feel like for Keyboy, is he trying to learn from his idol? The BBB, the big brain below, and now it's the BBK, big brain Keyboy, perhaps.
And here's the thing, AB Brand, no one sees this. No one knows where Keyboy is, but even if he gets a 5-man implosion, will the damage be enough, Wolf?
Maybe they have the Dairoth, so they can. The damage will be there.
But AB Brand's damage as well is quite massive. Look at the poke coming in. Boots is already down to half.
Even the Lizard did not spot out Keyboy.
Yeah. Another Astral Spear. Boots taken low. Penalty zone. That's a DPZ, but not a defensive penalty zone. That's a desperate penalty zone from Onyx. A 4.8k gold lead, building up to 5k, and it has halted any shot of Onyx to look for an angle to fight.
It looks like Keyboy abort the plan. This is not going how we want it to go. Keyboy returns, and now Onyx, they got to pre-plan what else are they going to do. Astral Echo finds 2.
Fish and mailed. Onyx forced back into their tier 1, and Super Marco, Mr. Reketiano, picks up that tier 1 in the mid lane. The Turret Eater.
Oh, this is definitely going to be AB Brand's power spike. And Onyx need to hold their ground. AB Brand's lineup with this Matilda, with this Brody, they're very, very strong at this moment. And the thing is, because of the fact that Few had a great time in the early stages, he's going to be the one to supplement the damage in the latter portions of the game. So AB Brand, even their composition is like this, they're not technically just an early to mid kind of a lineup. They do have the late game because of this Novaria. And Onyx needs to respect that. They need to make something happen now.
How's the clear though, right? I mean, Onyx right now, they're trying to deal with just a super minion wave.
It's not
and it's not good. We saw the main reason they were able to come back was that wave clear with the Lily. SCW gets poked by a torn apart memory. Zone back to his base.
Something about Onyx, I believe, and I kind of feel like all the Sonics believe, as long as the crystal is not destroyed, because it's not just in M5. They did it in M4 as well. When the odds are not in their favor, they will find a way. They will be able to do the impossible.
Dude, was that against the Valley, dude? Maybe. Talk about memory. Oh, Kyrie forced back Battle Mirror Image defensively as well. Onyx fended off the First Lord, but I would say it's quite value. AP Brent got half of the HP for the turret in the bottom lane.
That's right. The Twilight Armor picked up by Kyrie. This is definitely a reaction to what AP Brent is giving them. Going up against the Novaria. And if I'm looking at the heroes, the composition of Onyx, there's really no dive that can get to Few. So I think that this is another problem that they have to go through. Even then, the front-to-back composition of AP Brent is also a thing of beauty because you have Flapteezy all very, very farmed now with the Impure Rage as well as the Vengeance, and then you have Kalteezy to man the front lanes as well. You have the Guiding Wind to start. The front-to-back of AP Brent is just perfect.
Ogwen is a roamer, let me remind you.
Yeah.
And he's doing that much damage to CW.
I really am curious to see how far behind CW is compared to Super Marco, right? Because Marco's been eating turrets, but it seems like in terms of levels, even damage earlier, CW has got quite enough.
So let me just ask, Wu, because you were talking about how Onyx, based on their lineup, it's not going to be easy to catch Few. So if Few is not the target, who should be the target? Is it the front line? Is it Super Marco?
I think Onyx will have to settle for the front lines, yes. Because that is the idea of the Dairoth anyways. Of course you can dive, but...
Good shot again, Astral Echo. Now revealing a few members. Kyrie going to be engaged on right now with the Circling Eagle, the Tommy and Fraser's Wrath. You get some strike coming down, but it's not in time right now. It's actually an implosion out of penalty zone, but it's still not enough. Super Marco is free hitting. That's a flicker and a torn apart memory. Good instruction by Sans. A good shot over. Sans dogging away. AP Brand looking for the end angle now. 7-1, 10,000 gold lead building. 2 members down for the Sky Kings.
Onyx lost 2, and now everyone from AP Brand, they're marching forward. They're looking at the base. Flash easy goes in.
The Hive in the building erupt. And the way it's been cleared out, but the turret, the base, has been taken away. AP Brand snatch a victory from under Onyx's feet.
This is the beginning of AP Brand telling Onyx no more. What happened yesterday was a fluke. If you give us an advantage, we're gonna take the win.
A beautiful execution coming out from AP Brand, the way that they drafted their early game composition with the Brody as well as the Matilda. With the Frederick as the first pick. Who would have thunk that we did not look at this hero the entire M5, and now during the grand finals, first picked by AP Brand.
This is the level of world athletes. They made sure with 123 heroes in the game, never lose sight of the heroes that were once strong. They've used these heroes. They've mastered the heroes. They know how to execute it well. Even though it's not meta right now, they are the ones that create, that shape the meta. And with that being said, this has been an amazing game, but we need the assistant of both Leo as well as Gideon to tell us what happened in this game.
What a way to open up the series here with AP Brand taking the very first game. I couldn't believe what was going on, and especially with what the heck happened in the draft. They've learned a lot from the last time they've met, Leo.
It's a much better way to go ahead and take control of an early game advantage that they very much had in game 1 in yesterday's upper bracket final, and now it's clear AP Brand has woken up.
They have. They've opened up the draft, and more so, they've opened up some interesting picks here. And let me tell you, Leo, have you heard about this man? M2 World Champion.
Season 6 and Season 12, MPL champion.
Oh my goodness, this man continues to roll harder and harder every single day. From level 1 to 4, he continues to dominate. He decided to pick Thamus this game. Have you heard his name? David Charles,
the Filipino Cannon! I can't believe that Thamus debuted here in the knockout stage 2 with a dominant victory like this. He built the vengeance, you see that?
Yes, and honestly, for most Thamus players, that's the way to go. You're looking to be able to withstand the damage and honestly utilize your ult in the same manner to buy that extra bit of time. But you can see, for the side of AP Brand, it was clear that they wanted to play early game, and more importantly so, they had no real answer to the Thamus for at least the first 6 minutes, unless they were sending their gold laner over, but I don't know, CW, he was not leaving that lane anytime soon.
Quick flashback to what happened exactly in game 1. First turtle was scored by Onyx, but at the behest of the rest of the team, it turned into a bloody trade. It was unfortunate that when Flap came to his senses, when Flap said, it's go time, it was a canon event. He just started to
Boots now under-leveled, under-farmed in a matter of fact. Well, at the same time, you would imagine that CW would have a strong lane until AP Brand decide to attack it, right? From EXP, they moved to gold. From gold, they start pushing into the jungle. Once they knew that Kyrie was not able to find just that little bit of steam, a little bit of gas to get the whole comp snowballing, that's when it all started crumbling down.
Yep, in the first half of the draft, it looks like Onyx had a solid plan. But I don't think they saw it coming when AP Brand closed up strong with the 2 final picks. Again, they were owning the map as soon as that initial trade happened. So for all of y'all chess fans out there, AP Brand played the open fort gambit. They let through a little at the start, and then eventually went for the punish.
And the best part, the foresight coming out of it, right? The information gathering from their mid lane really makes a difference in these sort of senses, right? You need to keep tabs on where exactly Kyrie is going to go. Because again, Kyrie is the only quote-unquote early game that they actually wanted to get the momentum, to push forward, to break through AP Brent's entire composition. And if he found that snowball, this would be a very different game. But in the meantime, it's something to consider, right? Going into the next game, it's adaptation coming in from Onyx, but I think at the very least, we can say that AP Brand have learned from their mistakes.
Yep, with that said, I think the game stats will actually tell a better story because of how this game happened so fast. Some of us might be wondering, what exactly did these teams make of the small lead that they had? And then eventually, when AP Bren was dominating and calling the shots, how did Onyx try to close that gap? Because if I'm not mistaken, the gap was relatively small and it's suddenly huge until it was just impossible for Onyx to even leave their base. That's why all of these weird bush camping from Keyboy felt like they were just one-time big times. If this doesn't work, you gotta pay the price.
And let's not forget, it's not like Onyx didn't have a chance here. They found some great moments against AP Brim, but unfortunately the numbers doesn't back it up. When you're already behind 8K worth of gold, you're gonna get stat checked. The items aren't there. There's nothing they can do.
That's right. And there was a moment wherein the Matilda was just putting CW in its place. We're gonna go into a quick break. When we come back, more of this grand finals. You're watching M5.
The energy's getting higher. You're saving my arms.